I'm here with Xbox Live Director of Programming, Larry Hryb. Larry, it's a pleasure to interview you.
Justin, thank you for having me on your show.
At any time. Just call me whenever you want to be back.
Whenever I'm in Boston, I'll come on the show.
Of course. I just wanted to ask you, how are you enjoying PAX this year? Is it different from any other year? Is the new things that all these developers and game companies are bringing?
Well, it's different because it's bigger. This is the third year that PAX East is in town. It was downtown earlier in the Heinz Center, and this is the second year at this location, and it just every year it gets bigger and bigger. I'll tell you a story, Justin. I was, in Seattle. I'm friends with the guys from Penny Arcade, and I was over there one day about 5 years ago, and they said, "Hey, we're going to bring the show. We're going to do a PAX East." And I said, "Great. Where are you going to do it?" "Boston." I said, "Great, because I'm from here. I'm from this area." I said, "Let me just make you a bet. I'll bet you within 2 years it's going to be larger than PAX Prime, which is in Seattle." Let's just say I'm doing pretty good on that bet.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I just wanted to ask, what's Xbox showcasing at PAX East this year?
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff. We're just showing Star Wars Kinect, which just shipped. You can play that downstairs, get your lightsaber on. New Trials HD. So if you like Trials Evolution. So you can check out Trials. We've got a bunch of arcade titles, a bunch of Kinect titles. We have a bunch of stuff for people just to come hang out and get their hands on. We're showing all the new apps that are available on Xbox Live, YouTube, the Comcast app, the HBO app. So we have a bunch of stuff that we're showing, just how flexible your console can be.
I wanted to ask a big question, and a lot of my friends and people that I know knew that I was interviewing you, and they were wondering what's your opinion on the impact of PC gaming and how they're kind of fusing together like programs like Steam with Portal 2 that visited the console world. Do you think that's not the last time we'll see PC gaming and consoles kind of combining?
I don't think so. I mean, PC is very important. PC gaming is massive. And the PC experience you get, do you play PCs or consoles?
Yes, I play a little both.
So you know better than I, as well as I, that it's a lean forward on the PC versus lean back experience. The controller experience the console experience is really quite nice because you come home, you drop the disc in, and you're playing within 5 minutes. Sometimes that's not the case in PC gaming. You got to update your drivers, you got to do this. There's a lot of stuff. And if you have time for that, it's great. You get a richer experience. But if you don't have time for that, then you're going to get an experience like on a console, which is just in and you play. I definitely think that we're going to see a lot more of fusing those two together. Especially, I can tell you this, especially moving forward with Windows 8. Of course, Microsoft also has Windows, and Windows 8 is a huge part of gaming. You're going to see Windows 8 connected through Xbox Live. We've already shown that, so stay tuned for that later this year. And
what do you think? I know there was a rumor a month ago about Valve making a console. Do you think that'll affect? There's already competition between Xbox and the PS3. Do you think that'll be an even more competition?
I don't know. I mean, I certainly saw those news stories, and we'll have to see what Steam announces, so we'll just have to wait and see.
And one last question. What is your favorite game of all time? Like, if you were stranded on a desert island for like 48 hours and that was your only entertainment, what game would it be?
Well, that's a great question. Of course, Portal 2 is great. Now, do I have a co-op? Are you my co-op partner?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So if we're a co-op partners, then I'm going to have to say Portal 2. Because
love that game.
The puzzles are fantastic. If I'm by myself and it's single player, we just saw Ken Levine. Do you know Ken? He's the guy responsible for BioShock.
Right.
So I love BioShock, and BioShock Infinite comes out later this year. So maybe a game. So if we're together, then we're gonna have to do co-op. So it'll be Portal 2.
Okay.
And if I'm by myself, maybe it'll have to be something like maybe even Mass Effect. Right? Did you finish Mass Effect, Chet?
I did not buy Mass Effect 3 because, of all the stuff on the internet about the ending. And I listened to your podcast, and I respect your answer that it's not about just the ending. The whole game as a whole is an ending.
So let me just tell you this, and I don't want to give any spoilers. I finished the game. And I was not upset at the ending at all. I think you'll be satisfied. The biggest part that I'm upset about is no more game to play. And that's not their fault. The game had to come to an end. Yeah. But the ending was certainly good, and I really enjoyed it. So I go pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it.
And Mega Man Legends 3 or Half-Life 3?
Boy, I'll probably have to say Half-Life 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a big Mega Man fan?
I was, but for some, I know the guys at Valve, and that's all I can say.
Okay. Maybe we see a collaboration in the.
I'm not announcing. I'm not in a position to announce.
Okay, but thank you so much
Justin,
for taking time out of your busy schedule.
My pleasure. We'll see you on Xbox Live.